The function f is defined by this. Okay, great. Between this and this. This is the domain for your function, right? Now we have to find the range of f. Pretty easy. The only thing changing here is this. Now we understand that sine 2x can only be between the values of -1 and 1, right? So when the value here is -1, let's see. That will be 5 minus 3 times -1, that should be 8. When the value is 1, that should be the value of 2. So the range is between the value of 2 and 8. So the range we describe by f or by y. You can write y is between the value of 2 and 8, or you can write f is between the value of 2 and 8. Okay, that is part 1 of the question. Now part 2, we have to find the sketch the curve. So pretty easy. Sketch the curve, we have to obviously make a table of values. That is my x value, my y value. Here between this and this. Now because we have 2 here, we take 90 divided by 2, right? That will be 45 degrees, which is simply pi by 4. So I will choose interval of pi by 4 again. The reason why I do this is for me to find the value or an interval I can choose so my value of y can be exact. So again, how do I find this? I look at the value in front of x and take 90 degrees divided by that value to find the interval that I will use so that my y value will be exact. Now again, plus this, that will be pi by 2, 3 pi by 4, and then pi. Replace it back in your main equation. Let's see what do we have. Here we have to use radians, so 5 minus 3. Sine of 2 times 0 will be 0. That should be 5. 5 minus 3. Sine of 2 times this, that should be pi over 2. That should be 2. And here we have 2 times this, that should be just pi. That'll be 5 again. And here we have 3 pi, 5 minus 3. And then what we have, minus 3 sine 2 times the value of 3 pi over 4. Should be 8. And finally here we have pi, 5 minus 3 sine of 2 pi. That is 5. Okay, so let's draw the curve, sketch. That is something like this. That is my y value, and that is my x-axis. Obviously you will be using a ruler for that. That will be 0 here. That should be pi by 4, pi by 2, 3 pi by 4, and finally that should be pi. This is my value of 2, for example. 5, let's say it's here, and 8, let's say it's somewhere over here. Again, this is something you have to use a ruler and use a pencil so that you can draw the smooth curve, right? Or sketch the smooth curve. The first point is 0, 5 should be here. Then this will be 2, should be here. 5 again, that should be here, and that should be 8. And that should be 5. Shape is something like this. Bam, and then curve here, and then something like this. And at the end you have to label this as y equal to f of x. Always label your curve at the end. That is part 2 of the question. Now for part 3, state whether, with reason, if f has an inverse. Obviously it does not have an inverse because if you think about this, if you were to draw a straight line, it has 2 points of intersection. So because of that, it is not a one-to-one function. It will not have an inverse. So not one-to-one function, and because of that, does not have inverse. That's the reason why. And when they ask you why does it have an inverse, because it is a one-to-one function. Why does it not have an inverse? Because it is not a one-to-one function. This is the reason behind.